So let me just record and get the show in a row. Cool. Um, right. Cool, guys. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm gonna go through quite a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this and then I'm gonna go through something else as well. We did a poll in our group. Obviously, I know all groups are separated now, but I'm still gonna go through stuff that I feel every affiliate should have mastered as the basics. A lot of these trainings, guys, sometimes they are the same information, but you never want to be ignorant or uncoachable enough where you think you know it all. You really need to master the basics. Okay. Some of us have heard information, but we're still not as good as we should be. Okay. You always want to self-evaluate and see where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is, look, you're the best it could be. 1 is you're actually absolutely terrible. It's more so better the lower you are because it means that there's room to grow, number one. But what you can't make up in skill, you make up in numbers. I want to say that again. What you can't make up in skill, you make up in numbers. So if you're not very, very good at inviting, freeway calls, closing, it means you just need to get more reps in, and eventually you won't need to do as many calls and still get the same success rate, if that makes sense. Okay. So if you guys can obviously take notes as well, guys, please take notes. We're not just gonna, I don't want you guys just sitting here taking, listening to me. I want you guys to actually take on board information. All right. Cool. Let's get into it. All right. So we are on day 2 of our 90-day run. I don't know about you guys. I feel good physically. I feel good mentally. I feel good spiritually. We are at all-time highs in all areas, personally speaking. Okay. So, as you guys know, with the business, you are the law of the lid. So in your business, those that are building the business, if you're a 700 or you're a 2K, within the people that you have, you are the lid. If you don't grow, if you don't get better, no one in your team normally will be able to surpass you. That's the goal, of course, but it's much more difficult if you are the lid and you're not growing. Okay. So I want you guys to ask yourself these questions, and I want you guys to just obviously perception when it comes to what it is we're doing here. Okay. But why are you here? Write that down. Why are you on this call? Why are you guys in Jifu? Why are you guys in House of Riches? Why are you guys an affiliate? Why don't you just stay a customer? Why don't you just stay at your job? Why don't you just continue living paycheck to paycheck? Why are you guys here? Okay. I feel we sometimes forget why we're doing what we're doing, guys. Okay. And it's very, very important to remind yourself why you're actually here. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking you're here to make money. That's what you think. Okay, that's what I thought. If it was the case, I'd be in Thailand with my toes out, right? Doing Muay Thai if I wanted it my way. But we are here for a much bigger purpose. Okay, we are here. You can find out what your reason why is, but I want to give you the bridge analogy that I was given. Okay, when I always start people, especially if you're an affiliate and we have an affiliate launch, your first question is, what's your reason why? Okay, the bigger your reason why, the more likely it is that you're going to succeed because if you fail this, you're not only failing this, you're failing and letting down your reason why. So most people say the money. Okay, so let's actually work it out. We've all been, or you all know of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world in Dubai. I'm going to give you what we call the bridge analogy. Okay, you have two tall buildings, two Burj Khalifas. Imagine if there was two. Okay, and there was a bridge between both of, there was a little bridge between both of the buildings, and it was maybe a phone width wide. Okay, so a phone width wide, 100 meters bridge. Okay, now one side of the bridge you're at the top, the other end of the bridge you have £5 million. Okay, now if you want the £5 million, you're going to walk the bridge. Now you have no safety net, you have no harness. If you drop, kalas, you're dead. Drop a 1 if you're walking it, no hesitation. Drop a 2 if you're gonna and R, and maybe you probably wouldn't even cross it at all. All right, I'm gonna say that again. You have two Burj Khalifas. There's 5 million on one end. You're on the other end. Someone says to you, there's 5 million on the other side. All you need to do is cross the 100-meter bridge. Drop a 1 if you would cross it without no hesitation for 5 million, and drop a 2 if you would hesitate and you probably wouldn't even cross it. Liana, I'm gonna assume your finger slipped because no way are you worth 5 million. You're worth 50 million, girl. Right? You don't put in ones, you're lying. Yeah, yeah. Same way you would have slipped off the bridge and broke your neck, right? The same way you slipped and clicked number one, all right? No way, no, you're saying it now when you're up there and the wind's blowing and you're not moving for 5 million. However, if on the other side of the bridge, your mum was hanging, calling you out, your dad was hanging, calling you out, your son was on the other side, you wouldn't even hesitate. You would go through and do what you need to get done. If your reason why is that deep, guys, you are not going to quit when people leave the business. You're not going to quit when you blow your account. You're not going to quit when you don't go viral on TikTok. You're not going to quit when people are spamming you in the comments. You're not going to quit when your mum's, you're not going to quit for no reason. This is the mindset you need to have. Okay? That no matter how, I don't know when, I don't know I don't know when, I'm just gonna do it because I have such a strong reason why. If your reason why doesn't make you cry, you probably will leave tomorrow. Okay? Two, right? Leave your job mentality at your job, guys. A lot of you are still full-time, okay? And we're not down on jobs, we're just up on opportunity, but there is something wrong if you only have a job. A lot of you guys are wise, as in you are affiliates. Okay, customers maybe just haven't woken up yet. I was once a customer, and it took me a while to wake up to realize I need this more than I actually think, or I knew at the time. But you want to leave the way that you think at work, not here. As an affiliate, guys, it is on you to get you where you want to get to. A lot of you know my story. The person that brought me in left after a month until I got to 1,000. I got to 1,000 a month with not one upline speaking to me. And until in the back office they saw me making $1,000 a month, that's when someone reached out to me. And as they say, when the mentee's ready, the mentor will appear. I got to a 1,000 doing all my closes, all the freeway calls, all the presentations, all the systems, absolutely everything. All right. Because I had the entrepreneur mindset set where I'm going to get this done. I'm not going to wait for my boss or my manager to tell me, because that's the thing, guys. As an employee, you're always told what to do. You get told when you can go on lunch break, when you can have your break, when your shift is, etc. You have to ask to go on holiday. Forget that mentality when you come into this business. Okay. You have to use your initiative. Okay, it's actually a muscle that you have to grow. Your initiative, use your initiative. Okay. Next, how I look at this organization, how I look at affiliate marketing, network marketing, is it when people say, what's it about? How does it work? Not the trading side. When people say what it is I do, I always say, look, I help people make money online. And then they say, well, what, tell me a little bit more. Look, I help people make money online. And it's also a personal self-development course with a compensation plan connected to it. Sounds very sexy, if I must say so myself. This is a personal self-development course with a compensation plan connected to it. Way more sexy than network marketing, right? Next, principles over feelings. Okay. Are you committed? We are in day two of our 90-day run, and some people have already fallen off, right? I shouldn't laugh, but we have to, right? Are you committed? And do you have principles over feelings? Okay. You may not feel a certain way. You may not feel like you want to do the work, guys, but when you have principles, right, you get it done regardless. Okay. Your upline, whoever you're working with, your 1K or your 2K leader, right? We care for you guys because we have to. Okay. We have to care for our business. We have to care for our customers. Customer satisfaction is pretty much the main thing we want to do. We want to give people a 5-star customer experience. But for the moment, guys, as an affiliate, the customer's always right. Anyone that runs a business, the customer's always right. Okay. But as an affiliate, right, we care for you to get you to your rank. But the moment we feel the energy that I am calling you more than you're calling me, I'm asking you, I'm doing more work than you, even though I make more money than you and work is for free, it means that you don't care as much as I care for you. That's when now you will see your person, your upline step back. Okay? Because it's a teamwork. It's teamwork, right? If I feel like I want to retire your friends or your family, or you just told me your reason why, is the amount of people that when we do an affiliate launch and they tell me their reason why and they pour their heart out to me, and I'm like, wow, like now your reason why is my reason why. And now I actually care more than you do. And if I'm putting in the work more than you are, you will see that person look after their energy a little bit more because they're wasting their time. Okay, guys. Um, Next is you need to have an until it's done mindset. I don't know when, I don't know how. When I started my journey, I thought I was gonna make 6 figures in the first year. 3 years later, it took. Okay. I didn't know it was going to take 3 years. And to be honest with you, I cared, but I didn't care because I had an until mindset. Until it's done. There's no way I'm quitting. There's no way where am I going? Back to my job? No. So I have an until mindset. I need you guys to have that. I'm going to keep on posting on TikTok until I go viral. I'm going to keep on prospecting until someone signs up. I'm going to, whatever it is, just have that until mindset. You need delayed gratification with this business, guys. With life, all right? Sometimes you're not ready for the rank. If I don't hit my goals, if I don't hit the rank, if I don't get what I feel I deserve, ultimately it basically saying God feels that you're not deserving of it just yet. That's how I deal with it. I don't get upset. I don't say, "Oh, it's not for me." I don't say, "Oh, I'm not worthy." Of course, we're worthy. I'm just not ready. Some of you guys want to be making 10K a month. You're not even handling 1K a month. Why on earth would God give you 10K a month? You wouldn't even know what to do with it. Does that make sense? Okay. Next is sacrifice what you are for what you will become. That's probably the hardest thing, guys. A lot of us join this business and we have our own way of doing things. We have our own way of thinking. We have our own routines. We have our own habits. We have our own beliefs. Unfortunate, it's unfortunate at first, but when you look back, you're going to be grateful that you did it. You are going to have to drop what you currently stand for what you eventually will become. So you may say, you know what? Yesterday I did an affiliate launch and a few people mentioned how like I don't normally post on social media. I'm not a social media person. Well, neither was I, right? But that's why we're in this scenario because the person you are right now clearly has got you this far. So all of us, I need you guys to understand when you join this business or where you guys are today, the money you earn today is because of the person you are. If you're willing to change that person, you can change what you have. Okay, you have to give up who you are, what you was. That's irrelevant. It didn't benefit you. That person didn't benefit you, else you wouldn't be here. You need to evolve into the person that you're going to become. Okay. Next, 3 M's to master. If you guys are still with me, just drop a 111 in the chat box, guys. If you guys are still with me, just drop a 111 in the chat box. All right, there's 37 of us, guys, and there's only 21 responses that I can see. Okay. Cool. 3 M's to master. Please write this down. You need to master your mind. Ask yourself this question. Are you in control of your mind or is your mind in control of you? Are you in control of your mind or is your mind in control of you? Do you tell yourself, I've made my money today on trading, I'm not going to enter another trade? Toyosi sends out another trade, all of a sudden you're in a trade. You're not in control. Do you tell yourself, I'm going to wake up at 8 a.m.? Your alarm goes off. Your brain says, I'm in control here. I want you to roll over. You're going to hit snooze. Okay. You said to yourself, I'm going to do a 90-day run. All of a sudden, your brain has some doubt. You gain some doubt, which is normal. All of a sudden, now you don't want to do it. Okay. You need to master your mind. Are you in control of your mind or is your mind in control of you? All right. Next, master your mouth. 95% of things in life, right? We can't control, we can control, but what we can control is how we react. Okay. We can't control everything, guys, but what we can control is how we react. Master your mouth. What do you speak into life every single day? Life and death is in the tongue. So you can speak life into a scenario and you can also speak death into a scenario. If you guys are saying I have no money, you are speaking life into a negative scenario. If you guys are saying I'm not good at social media, you are speaking life into a negative scenario. Be very, very careful with the words you speak. Some of you wouldn't even speak to your worst enemy the way you speak to yourself, and you don't even realize it. Be careful of your self-talk. As I'm speaking to you now, you're speaking to yourself. You're having a full-blown conversation. I'm speaking to you, you're speaking to yourself. Okay? And lastly, master your money. Okay? Do you work for money or does money work for you? Okay. Obviously, we understand this concept, else we wouldn't be in this platform. You guys are trying to make your money work for you. We just need to create more money, master your mind, master your mouth. You then have more money. It's now a lot more fun. Now you can play Monopoly. It's very boring if you guys play Monopoly and you're just going around collecting £200. Okay. But when you make investments, when you master your mind, when you master your mouth and you can negotiate and you can sell, you now can have a lot more fun with mastering your money. Okay. Four mental enemies. You guys are all going to face this. And I need you guys to know now because I wasn't told this. I had to learn the hard way. Okay. I had to learn the hard way. Some of you still will have to learn the hard way. I would just advise you not doing it because you're just going to waste time and energy. And whether you bounce back or not is very, very unsure. Okay. The first mental enemy you guys are going to have to face is rejection. I need you guys to pretend at first and then you become, right? You have to pretend that you're rich. You have to pretend that you like rejection until you get to the point when right now I crave rejection. I want you to even try and reject me. I dare you to reject me. That's the audacity point you want to get to. Okay. That's the first thing you guys need to overcome. You need to take this on every single day. Some of you, the game plan, the DMOs is you need to go and prospect 10 to 20 people a day. You are going to get aired. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get insulted. You're going to get all of the above, guys. You need to put rejection as a good thing. Rejection is good, right? Because every no builds you as a character. Remember, this is not just a making money business. This is a whole development business. A personal development course attached with a compensation plan, as I mentioned. It's not just about making money. So every no, every time you get rejected, you become way more thick-skinned. This world, guys, is soft. People are soft because they don't like rejection. Okay? Make it your daily vitamins. How often can I get rich? Sometimes I just speak to people. I know you're going to say no. I don't even want you to say yes. How about that? I don't even want you to say yes, but I'm going to try my luck. I'm going to have the audacity to speak to you so I can possibly get rejected so that my character is built stronger. Okay? Next, right? Next, you have deception. Mentality produces your reality. People will lie to you. Okay? People are going to lie to you guys all the time. I was on the phone to a prospect earlier. He found me on TikTok. He messaged me on TikTok. I told him message me on Instagram. He messaged me on Instagram. He then joined my free value chat. I then did a poll in my free value chat. He private messaged me saying I'm ready. Spoke to him, went through all of it. He poured his heart out to me. I poured my heart out to him. Went through all of the sign up fee, got to the payment page, and he blocked me on every single thing. People will lie. He said, "Oh, the continue button's not working." Brother, I've been doing this. I just signed up someone. What are you talking about? It doesn't work. Of course it works, right? People are going to lie to you. Obviously, I don't know him, but your friends and family as well will lie to you. They're going to say, "I don't have money." All of a sudden, you go on Instagram, they're partying. You just blew the money. You had the money. Okay? People are going to lie to you. You need to get used to it, right? Next, attrition. Okay? More people quit than stay. Big one, guys. Please write this down. You have the mentality, guys, and this is kind of a higher leadership conversation, but I'm just going to give you it, and whoever receives it receives it. More people are going to quit. So if most people stay a customer, I need you to understand you're probably going to lose all your business. I'm going to say this again. Customers come and go. A customer will always leave your business. A friend will always stay. But more people are going to quit than stay, guys. You can't keep everyone in your business. Okay? And it's not that they're quitting on the business, it's not they're quitting on you, they're quitting on themselves. So it's not a loss, it's actually a benefit because you don't want losers. Winners never win, winners never quit, and quitters never win. So if you want to quit, you're not a winner. We are a winning team. I'm a winner. I love to win. It's in my blood. So if you quit, we're not even alike anyway. You done me a favor. Thank you. Okay. And this is why it's so important that you need to get very, very good at recruiting. Recruiting is probably the most important skill set you guys need to learn, is to have the ability to turn on run recruiting and turn it off. Well, you should never turn it off really and truly, but you're going to go through stages where you're really intensely in crew recruiting and when you're not so much. Okay, you go through different stages of your business. You always need to recruit with the mindset people are going to quit. If I speak to someone and they're so against affiliate marketing and network marketing, I'm not going to neglect them. I'm not going to paint a certain brush with them, but at the back of my mind, I'm not going to be surprised if they text me saying, I don't want to do this no more. Customers always leave. You guys have left certain phone networks, right? I used to be with EE. I left them as a customer. I joined O2. I used to go to the Pure Gym. All right. I was a customer at Pure Gym. I left Pure Gym. I went to another gym. It's business. We are in business. You can't have attachments with customers, guys. The unfortunate thing is that customers may be your friends and family. This is where you might take it the wrong way. Okay. And last one, this is a real sad one, is apathy, right? People will die, will their dream died on their way to the destination. There's a famous quote that most people, they die at the age of 25, but they are not buried until they're 75. Kids growing up, we use our imagination. They have a fantasy world. They can sit in a room and they can play with their dolls and they can play with Action Man and they have their whole imagination. As they grow up, adults, be careful if you have kids on here, don't tell them that's stupid. Don't say don't do. Be careful what you tell your kids because you're slowly ruining their dream. So when they get older to the age of 16, 17, 18, and they've been told their whole life, don't be stupid, now they want to become a millionaire because no one in their family's become a millionaire. Now it's stupid to work towards becoming a millionaire. So they settle for less. They go to a 9 to 5. They be there 5, 6, 7 years, and now they can't even dream anymore. So they're just waiting to be buried, ultimately. And it's getting even younger. I'm speaking to 20-year-olds and they have no dream. I had a freeway call not too long ago, and I said to the guy, like, what's your dream car? He's 20. I said, what's your dream car? Oh, I don't have one. What's your dream location to live? Oh, I don't have one. What's your dream watch? I don't have one. Bro, do you dream? Like, do you dream? And most of these guys are probably smoking weed anyway, so they definitely are not dreaming. They're brain dead. That's the problem, right? Most of these guys are brain dead, right? So people don't get upset if people die on their way to a dream that they could have had. Just make sure you still dream. Make sure you still have your goals. Make sure you still have the ambition. Okay? Because people buy into your vision, right? People buy where we're going to. The only person that's still here from when we first ever started the dream was Sammy. We had our first couple Zoom calls. We were saying, yeah, we're gonna go on yachts, we're gonna go on jet skis, we're gonna go on holidays. We was broke, but we had a dream. And now the dream's a reality. Does that make sense? If we stopped dreaming or we didn't lay out the dream, we didn't paint the vision, then no one would have, we wouldn't have just come back from Dubai and done all of those things. Does that make sense? Okay. Skills to get good at, especially anyone that's under a 700. When you get to 700, there's different levels, right? New levels, new devils, there's new skills, there's new tricks, there's new responsibilities. Most of you guys are not 700s on this call. Can anyone tell me what the goal is for 2026 when it comes to how many 700 silver executives we want in our organization? No 2Ks speak, please. Right? What is our goal for the amount of silver executives? Let me paint the vision for you guys. No one knows? Yes, Annie. Wonderful. Right? Not a question mark, exclamation mark. We are doing 100 silver executives this year. That's the goal. In the House of Riches, we want to have 100 silver executives. Right now, we have 25 and above. We want to have 100 silver executives and above. So we need to 4x, which is easy. Okay? 90-day run, you can 4x business. I've seen it done. We've done it before. Okay? 100 silver executives is the goal. 25 platinum 2Ks. So platinum elite, platinums, 2K earners, right? And 10 six-figure earners. At the moment, we have three. We want 10 new, brand new, six-figure earners. You guys can decide in which segment or which goal you want to aim for. You can either say, I want to be part of the 100 silver executives. You can either say, I want to be a part of the 25 2K a month earners. At the moment, we have 9 and above. Or you can say, I want to be part of the 10 six-figure earners. That's up to you. But that's the goal. Okay. So if you're not a 700, this is all you need to master for now. Promoting. Okay. What are you promoting? Okay. What are you promoting? In this business, people don't buy into GFU. If you haven't realized already, people don't care about GFU. People don't care about your upline. People don't care about your products and services. People don't care about your results. They care about you. You are promoting yourself. This is a promotional business. People buy into you. I said to the guy today that signed up, I said, why did you reach out to me? He said, oh, you're just authentic and you just come across genuine and I could relate to you. He didn't mention GFood, he didn't mention trading, he didn't mention the products and services. He was buying into me. Okay. You then are promoting your business. Okay. You're promoting your story. Facts tell. You guys can talk about the facts, John Oliver and Sniper Pro, but your story is what sells. Facts tell, stories tell. Get very, very good, guys, at telling your story. What's your story? Who are you? Where have you come from? And how you create your story, guys, is you say what you did before, why you needed an opportunity and how you found it, what it's done for you since, and where you see it going. I'm going to say that one more time. How to get good at telling your story. Where you was before. I used to work at Tesco as a delivery driver. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and I wanted to make more money. A friend of mine invited me to an event, okay? I then found out through an event, through a friend. I then have currently worked full time for the last 5 years. I make multiple six figures a year. I'm on the verge of retiring both my parents, but the goals are much bigger. I want to help at least 2,000 families do the same thing. Okay, that's how you get good at telling your story. Of course, with more details and more senses, etc. All right. You want to promote your team. You want to promote the results. You want to promote where you're going. You want to promote events. We got so many events coming up, guys. You should all know them. You want to promote trainings and you want to promote your Zooms. Okay. This is all you need to get good at to become a solid silver executive. Okay. Next, you have presenting. Again, what are you presenting? You're presenting yourself. Okay. You're presenting the business. You're presenting your future self. Okay. So you can't be dressing how you was dressing a year ago, guys. Every 6 months, you should be a new person. Every year, you should have a new wardrobe. I know it costs money, but it's an investment because I guarantee you, the moment you wear that suit, everything changes, including yourself. The way people look at you, the way people treat you, and the way you feel. Wear a suit for a year and tell me you don't become a businessman. Instead, we're in a tracksuit every day. So you feel do you know what I'm trying to say? You don't feel as good as you could, right? Products and services, right? You want to present, you want to get good at presenting, guys. You want to get to the stage, as I said, when we started the business, we didn't have three-way calls. We didn't have send a 10-minute video. No, you know what we did? We used to message 50 to 100 people a day on Instagram. The day's done when you're blocked and Instagram say you can't send out any DMs. That's when your day's done. That's when your shift is done. You then get a DM. You say to someone, let's jump on a call. You know what we used to do? We used to do one-on-one presentations, back to back to back to back to back. Whilst everyone was running in shopping centers buying tissue during COVID, we was doing hourly presentations for the person at the end of the hour session to say I ain't got no money. But you know why I didn't care, right? Because I was getting better when it comes to presenting. I was learning the skill set. I was building credibility for myself. Okay. Right? You want to present the lifestyle and then you want to present the impact. Okay. Next is prospecting. How many people, this is very, very simple. How many people today, ask yourself this question. How many people today know about your business or found out about your business? How many people? Unless you're willing to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds to do advertisement, which you don't have conversations. How many conversations have you had today? Okay. There's no secret to this, guys. Honestly, this business plan is so simple, but we just make it hard because we're not constructed how we should be. We're not programmed to win. We're actually programmed to lose. From the moment we come out the womb, we are programmed to lose. There's no secret. You guys know Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest men in the world. All he did was show his plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no. That's the numbers. 300 people showed some interest. 85 actually did something. 35 of those were serious. 11 of them made him a billionaire. Do you guys know how many people you need to go? How many 700s do you guys need to go six figures? No 2K talk, please. If you want to make 10K a month in this business model, do you know how many people you need to help to go to silver executive? 10. 10. The exact same maths. If anyone can ring me after and say, Josh, I've presented to 1,200 people, 900 people said no, 300 people showed interest, 85 did anything, 35 was serious, 10 got started, and I'm not a director, then I'll give you 10K yourself. It's a numbers game. There's no secret. You just haven't gone through the numbers. As I started off the call, guys, what you can't make up in skill, you have to go make up in numbers. Okay? And the funny thing is those people will come back because now you're making money. But you have to go through the numbers. It's a numbers game. Okay? Getting results. What's a result? Okay, guys, a result is a sign up. This is for customers. Okay, this is for when we transition customers to an affiliate. Our goal as affiliate is to have as many affiliates as possible because you're always recruiting. So customers is never an issue, but you want to build a foundational business. Okay. You want to have as many affiliates in your business as possible. Okay. So you want to have that conversion conversation when someone, well, obviously at this point, they've got to sign up. Someone may have taken a demo trade. Someone may have made a live trade. Someone may have made a withdrawal. That's the perfect scenario, the perfect opportunity to have an affiliate conversation, right? I don't know if he's on the call, Zayan, in Lecky's team, right? He got started 2 weeks ago. Lecky was posting on TikTok as you're meant to. Reached out, got signed up, did 1 week on a demo, came to the office, got started with £200. His first day he went live, he made £140. The next day he's an affiliate doing his VIP list. Simple. Okay. A result is a rank, right? I know when Anne got paid out from her rank, right? When she got paid out, I know her belief level went through the roof. Because I remember when I first got paid, I said, all my days it bleeds. All my days this actually works. Now you're never gonna you're in a whole new realm of belief. Okay. And then the levels of leadership, that's a whole nother conversation, but it's something that if you want, because how this business works, guys, don't worry about the back office. Don't worry about what the back office says. Don't worry about people signing up. Don't worry about if they say no or say yes. Worry about how good are you. Get so good, it only makes sense for you to get paid a certain amount. Get so good that it only makes sense for you to get paid a certain amount. It only makes sense that GFU pay me what I get paid because of how good I am when it comes to my skill set. If I wasn't as good as a skill set when it comes to skill set, if I wasn't as good when it comes to the talent and the value that I bring to the marketplace, that's how we get paid. The value you bring to the marketplace is what you get paid. Okay? Yeah, shout out to Lecky. She's killing it. She's probably on a freeway or trying to get me on a freeway. Right? The work. Two types of work I need you guys to do. Okay? Until you're a 700, you're probably going to have to work the business more so. Until you get to 700, you're going to work the business more than you're going to work on yourself. When you get to 700, so Ane and those that are at 700, you now need to prioritize working on yourself a little bit more. Okay? So working on the business, easy. Presenting, promoting, and prospecting. The three Ps. That's what you need to do until you get to 700. And work, guys. It's network marketing. Net. How many people do you know? Work your absolute arse off. The same way you worked your job, work this business. And marketing. How many people are in your network is seeing it? You have to work, guys. Okay? You have to work where you don't look at the time. You don't look at your phone. You fall asleep on your desk. Do you know how many slips I've got of people like I'm dribbling on sofas and I'm dribbling on laptops, I'm dribbling on desks in Big Canary Wharf. Sammy's got videos of me dribbling on sofas in Canary Wharf, 4 a.m. working, right? You have to work, okay? But it's rewarding, all right? Imagine working the job and you're not getting rewarded. That's where people now feel like it's not worth it because they mix the job and the entrepreneur lifestyle together. You can work your ass off at a job, guys, where you're working for years and you haven't got anywhere. And we're saying here, do the same work ethic, but you can actually get somewhere, right? And then working on yourself, reading, audios, events, growing and studying. Get rid of old ways, That's what growing stands for. Get rid of old ways. Okay. This is the game plan. Okay. This is what is required. Take a screenshot. I'm not going to go through this right now. Right? Take a screenshot of this, guys. This is what is required for you to get to the next level. It shows you the number of exposures. It shows you the ranks required when you get to gold executive. It's now not about you. It's now how many other people can you help. It shows you the skills you need to work on. It shows you the time expected for you to get it done. Everyone on this call, if you are brand new, your goal should be platinum executive in 90 days. And it shows you the things to study. Okay, if you don't have a team, if you don't have people in your business, you are the team. You need to work and become better so that when you do have a team, you can give value. Okay, if you have people in your team and you're not valuable, guys, you're going to lose influence. People are not going to listen to you. People are not going to follow you. People are not going to do what you want to do. So if you don't have anyone in your business, you're probably in the best scenario. I don't have time, as much time as I want to work on myself. But when I did have the time and I didn't have a team, I worked on myself so much so that when the team does come in, I'm valuable. Don't do it the other way around. If everyone recruits and you bring in people and you have no value, the same way they come in, they're going to leave. And because you haven't worked on yourself, you're going to get emotional and quit with them, right? So it's a vicious cycle. Okay. Right. The typical duplication process. Okay. Awareness leads to education. Education leads to results. Results lead to growth and belief, which leads to promotions. I'm going to say that one more time. Awareness. Are you making people aware that we have education that can help them? When they come into the business, how good are you at educating someone that will allow them to get the results? And then with the results, can you help someone? Can you lead someone to grow as a person, to now believe, which now leads to ranks and promotions? This is the ball game, guys. It can't get any more simpler. Okay. Number one, education. Let's break it down. The basics, advanced, overstanding risk management, trading plan, GFU, network marketing, the process. How good are you at explaining and making it very, very clear and giving people education about all of those things there? Okay. Results. What is a result? And how can you help someone get a result? The perfect is I say to people when soon as you go live, what's the most annoying bill that you currently pay? My rent, my car bill, my phone bill. Okay, let's pay your bill. Okay, let's make a withdrawal. Let's grow your account through the products and also mindset. Some people may not make money, but they feel so good. They've changed their life, right? Mentally, so many people have come to me and said, Josh, I found this business when I was at my lowest. Me too, bro. Me too. I was at my lowest when I found this business. And as soon as I came in, the mindset of it was what kept me. I didn't really care as much. Of course, I cared about money, but mentally, I was low. I needed that support. I needed that mindset. I needed that mentorship. I needed Zoom calls. That's what kept me at the point at that time, right? And then you have exposure. Who do you know? How many other people work for less? Cast the vision, become the example, events and social media. Okay. The perfect answer when you speak to people, guys, or when a customer joins, is who do you know that I should know? Who do you know that you think I should know? All of a sudden, they got a list. And then you tap root. That's another skill, but we're not going to go through that right now. Okay. The art and the power of duplication, guys, especially in this business, is that you can take the limelight off you and you leverage people above you. I'm going to create a picture for you again. Okay. So I'm looking at Ella on this on the Zoom, right? So Ella, you have Ella in levels of leverage. You have Ella, you have myself, a sapphire, you have Chris, a blue diamond, and you have Bells, a blue diamond. Ella is 3 levels away, 2 levels away from a seven-figure earner, and 3 levels away from a multiple seven-figure earner. Some of you guys don't realize the leverage you have in this platform. There was a saying when I started, and it was like you're 5 people away from knowing a billionaire. You're 5 people away from knowing a multi-millionaire. I'm thinking, what do you mean? I don't even know a six-figure earner, right? What are you talking about, right? But when you come into this business, the layers of leadership, the layers of leverage, guys, make sure you use it. When you speak to someone, look, I'm working with someone that makes 15K a month. I'm working with someone that makes 100K a month. I'm working with someone that makes 200K a month. I'm working with someone in a business that makes 500,000 a month. That's what I used to say because I didn't have actual access. When I'm speaking to people, I'm saying, yeah, like I jump on Zoom calls and these guys are making 100K a month. What? 100K a month? Let me jump on the Zoom, right? Use leverage. This here is what I bought into 5 years ago. The person that launched me, she did an affiliate launch with me and she showed me this. And I said, I am an absolute sucker if I don't at least give this my all and try and last the years. I'm going to break this down. Me personally, the most I've ever worked at a job, guys, an hour is £12 an hour. Okay. I don't know, drop a two in the chat if you've ever worked more, or if you've worked twenty pound an hour. If anyone's worked £20 an hour, I've never personally, or obviously not now, but when I was working, the highest I ever worked was £20 an hour. Has anyone ever worked more than £20 an hour? Only silver. Yeah, cool. Let's just say you are on £20 an hour at your job. Okay, this is the plan they gave us, guys. This is what they said they told us to do. This is what they told us from young. They told us to do this. You work for 40 hours a week. Okay. You're earning £800 a week, sorry. 3,200 for the month. 40K a year. This is before tax. Now, most people want a million. A million isn't a lot of money as well, guys, just to let you know. It is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. The world's changing. 100 years ago, 1 million is equivalent to 100 million pounds today. 100 years ago, when your grandparents were living, 1 million pounds in today's value is 100 million. So 1 million isn't a lot of money. If you just want to make 1 million one time with a double average salary, the average salary in the UK is 24, 25K. You're earning double the average salary. Let's just say you don't even spend your 40 grand that you just made. You don't get taxed, you get to keep the 40 grand. It would take you 25 years to make 1 million once. Can you understand why most of our parents don't have £1 million? Can you understand why we've come from poor families? The plan doesn't work. There's no ladder. There's no climb the ladder. The ladder's broke. It don't work. Right? And this is with hard labor, time, and more time you're unhappy. All you need to do is walk down the road, go to catch a train, jump on those that are in the UK or TFL in London. Get on a train and just look at people when they come home from work. That's all you need to do. Just look at people. Okay? Now, let's talk about the plan that we have here. Let's talk about what the plan that we have here. Okay? If I said to you guys right now, in 1 year, let's do this at a slow work rate. Some people want to build the business slow. It's going to be painful. I personally wouldn't recommend it. But let's just say you want to build the business in your own time. You want to take your time with the TikToks. You want to post when you want to post. You're not in a rush. You're very comfortable. Let's just say you recruit 10 people in a year, which is easy. Okay? The goal is to do that in a month. Let's just say you do that in a year. You were still working that whole year, but now you're earning an extra $700. You're now earning an extra 8,400 a year on top of your trading, on top of your job, right? Now, the art to this business, guys, is duplication. That is what will grow this business. Year two, you bring 10 people into your office, into your house. I was doing events at my mum's garden. I said, Mum, I need the house for the day. I had 40 people in my garden and my dog. And we was doing trainings because I couldn't afford an office. 10 people come. I'm going to show you guys how I recruited 10 people this year. And I'm going to show you guys exactly the game plan of what I did. Those 10 people, they see the vision, they buy into your leadership, they understand, they have a strong reason why, they understand promoting, prospecting, and presenting, and they go and do the same thing that you just did. 10 times 10, you now have 100 people in your business. 2 years down the line, you're now earning 5K a month with this business plan. You're probably now full time. You do the same thing, guys. All 100 of you, I want you guys to come into the business. I want you guys to come to my office. We can now afford an office, and I'm going to give you the game plan of how I got to 5K a month in a year. This is at a slow work rate, guys. Year three, you do the exact same thing. You guys can see where I'm going with this. It's a duplication game of helping little people do exactly what you did. 5 years with this compensation plan, with this game plan. If you had 100 people in your business, you're now earning 1 million a month. Now, I've been doing this for 5 years, for 4 years, network marketing. I've been trading for 5 years. I had a year where I quit and I came back into the industry. So I've been doing this for 4 years. Now, I'm not making 100K a month yet. This year I will. But most people would swap the income I'm earning anyway. It's still better than plan A. And this is residual and this comes with fulfillment. So I want to ask you guys right now, do you want to go with your plan that doesn't have any success rate? Or do you want to go with a plan that hundreds, if not thousands, if not million people are following and creating residual income from? Okay? The choice is up to you. All right? Now, we have, I'm maybe going to go for 10 or 15 more minutes, guys. I want to go through very, very quickly something that I've seen we can do better on as an organization and as a team is three things as well. Okay? And I need you guys to be interactive in the chat with me. Okay? So we've got edification, we have three ways, and we have prospecting. This is probably, I don't want to downgrade how important these things are because they probably do require a whole training session. But I just want you guys to focus on it when it comes to these 90 days, guys, especially if you're not a 1K. Your main objective, obviously, I'll put it in order, is prospecting. Okay. Where are you guys currently prospecting? Can you guys let me know in the chat box? This is going to be an interactive session very quickly. Where do you find prospects? Where can we find prospects, guys? Where can we find prospects? So we have in person, we have social media, right? Work, phone book, gym, that's a good one. Coffee shop, college. Oh, I bet I wish I was in uni. I wish I was in uni, right? The Amazon driver got it today when he came to my door, right? Delivery drivers. I might just order something every day just to get a prospect. Cabs, It's not when people say I don't know where to find people, we live in London. You guys are obviously Swedish, we have multiple different teams. Guys, people are everywhere. People are everywhere. We have no excuse why we are not at least gaining contact numbers. And when I mean prospecting, guys, let me just make it very, very clear. This is all you're doing. However the conversation starts, the perfect there's so many you can just blag it. However you want to start the conversation. Lovely trainers or you drop something. You ain't even dropped anything. But now all of a sudden we're speaking. What's your name? Josh, Charles. Lovely to meet you, man. Um, what is it you do? Oh, I do this. Da, da, da. Okay, cool. What is it you do? I help people make money from their phone. Oh, that's interesting. Guys, if you say that, so many people are interested. So many people are interested. I help people make money from their phone. Boom, straight away. Okay? Give me your Instagram or give me, let's connect. That's the word you want to say. Let's connect. I've never had someone say to me no. Why would you not want to connect? You take their Instagram, you take their number, and you bounce. Keep it moving. You don't have to talk about trading. You don't have to talk about copy and pasting. You don't have to talk about Sniper Pro. You get their Instagram, you get their number, and you bounce. You've got a prospect. Goes on your list. Okay? Free to same way we pique people's interest, guys, over the phone. We're gonna do loads of trainings over the next couple of weeks where we go through the basics. The same way you pique someone's interest within a minute or two. The same way you prospect in person. Get their Instagram, get their ideally their Instagram. When you get someone's number, they don't see they don't see the work, they don't see the grind, they don't see the promotion because you have their number. Unless you post all the time on your WhatsApp status, not everyone checks WhatsApp. More people scroll on Instagram. You're giving out your business card, okay, which is your Instagram. All right. When it comes to edification, can anyone tell me just the four things that we need to mention when we are edifying? If you don't do this, guys, there's no point on getting your upline on a freeway call. Okay. What are the four things that we need to do when we are edifying? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, I would call it achievements. That's good though. We can call it impact. Impact slash achievements. Can anyone else? Experience. Impact would go under how they change their life would go under impact. How long they've been in business experience. What else, guys? What else? What else? What else? What else? That goes under impact. Okay. The one you're missing here is income. Okay, so there are full-time income, part-time income. They're part of the 5% income earners. They're part of the 5% income earners in the business, whatever it may be. And you want to add, this is probably the most important, guys, personal touch. A lot of people can't relate to the impact. I've helped thousands of people. Okay. I've got 5 years in experience. Okay. You make six figures. Okay. But personal touch, he's down to earth. He's a man of God. He's someone who's so kind. He's someone who's always pouring into the team. Personal touch. Now they can relate because you're a human. As a leader, you want to be as relatable as possible. I find the more I make money, the more harder it is for me to relate to people because we don't have a lot of things in common. So when you're down to earth and you're humble, that's when people now can relate to you a little bit more. Okay? Edification, guys, should be a 30-second to a 1 minute pitch. Let's just call it. But it's so important. If you're not getting people, if you're not finding prospects, you're not going to get good at edification and you're not going to get on freeway calls. Okay? Now, just some tips when it comes to freeway calls, right? Is always intro both parties. You never just want to jump on a phone call. Charles, this is Ella. Ella, this is Charles. You've just you've just edified Ella and you've now thrown her under the bus. And Charles is feeling, are you even my friend? Like, do you even care about me? Always give it back to both parties. Okay. So look, Ella, this is Charles. He's a good friend of mine. He went to school together. A really nice guy. Really worked. He's a hard worker. Hence why obviously he's interested in the business. Give both parties credibility, else it looks like we're against each other. We're in the same tide. We're on the same team, guys. When we get on a freeway call, it's not prospect you and them. We are on the same team. So when you just jump on a freeway call and you just throw two parties, it's like this is why it's harder for people to close. This is why people don't sign up because you haven't made it a comfortable scenario. If you don't become the middleman and make a good middleman impression, it's very difficult, guys, regardless of how good the upline may be. Okay, so always introduce both parties, right? Um, have your link ready. Okay, so always have your link ready, ready to go. Have link ready. And one thing that I feel as well is you want to take notes of the call. So some of you may just be getting on freeway calls and going to make a sandwich. No, you do that with trading and copy and pasting, not with freeway calls. You want to sit there and you want to study exactly how the conversation goes so you are learning and you know how to handle objections. And then also as well is you want to have your calendar. Guys, we're all entrepreneurs on this call. You should have a calendar. Whatever comes from the call, your prospects should go in your calendar. If I get on freeway calls and they're not ready to sign up today and they're ready to sign up in 2, 3 days, I'm not putting them in my calendar. They're not my prospects. I ain't getting my $25 commission. I'm doing you a favor. It should go in your calendar. Okay? And most importantly, guys, stay muted the whole way. Okay? It is so de-edifying when you interrupt your upline on a freeway call. You may not be intentional, you may have good intentions, but you can't edify someone so greatly, and then all of a sudden, now you're interrupting. Okay, family. Um, I'm gonna stop recording quickly. All right. That is it from me.